In this video, I'm going to be talking about AI-generated content and how you can ensure that it is ranking on Google. It's no secret that AI content does rank on Google. However, there is actually a darker side to this, which people do not understand, and I am probably partially to blame for this because I have made a load of videos on how to make AI-generated content without really talking about this specific thing. However, in my defense, it takes time to learn these things, okay? And this video is a culmination of all of the things I've learned in the last 6 months creating ChatGPT content. Let's get into it. So a while back, you may remember a video that I made where I basically wrote 25 or 30 articles in a day and then released them to Google. I'm now getting these re-indexed slowly but surely. However, I realized that I was actually making a huge mistake, or ChatGPT was making a huge mistake. And I've purposefully left this one up to show you the mistake. But first of all, I want to show you what happens if you make mistakes like the ones I'm going to show you in this video. The number one thing we need is consistency, okay? If your articles are not consistently getting indexed and ranking on Google, you're going to have a problem. And that problem is going to be this problem right here. Let me just turn this into English by changing the ahreflang tag. You can see it says page is not indexed, crawled, currently not indexed, okay? And what I want you all to do right now, if you've been creating AI content using ChatGPT, Article Fiesta, whatever you've been creating it with, I want you to click on pages and I want you to look for that section. So it was called crawled, currently not indexed. So you want to click on crawled, currently not indexed. And basically what we want to do is basically, I'm going to show you a really, really good tip here. So I have a lot of foreign pages, okay, so Chinese and German, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it by URL. And this is how we can very easily find our blog posts that have not been indexed. If you see a huge list of your pages, okay, that you would expect to be indexed, but they are not indexed, then you most likely have a problem on your website. And that problem is most likely, again, I'm not saying this is 100%, but the problem is in this video. I'm going to show you exactly what the problem probably is. However, you can also see that there are pages here that you would expect to be indexed, like cashmere coats. There's nothing here that says this shouldn't be indexed. The reason it's not indexed is completely different to the blog post. It's really, really hard to say why this collection here, okay, this collection doesn't have anything in it, so that's probably why it's not indexed. But you can see at the top of this page, there are a lot of blog posts that are not indexed. And these actually all have a very, very similar problem, okay? So we're going to talk about all of those problems in this video, and I'm going to try and make it clear what you can do about this problem. So let's just get into it right now. So the first problem we're going to talk about is formatting issues. And the article that I showed you at the beginning of this video is perfect for this. Basically, this has two big problems in it, or maybe just one big problem. Yeah, this one specifically only has one problem, and that is the fact that it has two H1s. This is such a stupid mistake by me. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This is just when I was producing like an absolute crap ton of content at the same time. I just wasn't really thinking. So what you can do is you can go inside, so right-click inspect, and then do Control F, and then look for H1 with this little chevron thing right here. You can see it says 1 of 2, which means there are 2 H1 tags on this page. The reason for this is because ChatGPT is creating titles. So the first tip that I'm going to give you in this video is that you should be extremely careful with the output of ChatGPT, okay? It'll give you a title at the top, but if you're using Shopify or WordPress, well, actually WordPress, no. WordPress is fine. If you're using Shopify or Wix or whatever, the title goes in the title box, okay, at the top. So when ChatGPT gives you another title, just be extremely careful of that. Okay, the second thing, which is also a formatting issue that I want to talk about, is we're going to have to look at another website I do have permission to talk about this website. I asked my friend if I could just quickly use their website to talk about this problem. Basically, what they did was they hired some virtual assistants to write some ChatGPT 3.5 articles. Okay, I'm going to show you this problem right here. This is a really, really important point. Okay, so you can see here it says, where is it? Yeah. In addition to VAT, self-employed individuals and sole traders in Ireland are also subject to income tax. So if I do Control C and then I do Control V, okay, so they've written it in a slightly different way, but you can see here it says almost exactly the same thing right here. In addition to VAT, self-employed individuals and sole traders are also subject to income tax. That's literally exactly the same sentence as here. Think about it from the perspective of Google, okay? People say, oh, they can't tell if it's AI-generated content, blah, blah. Nobody in their right mind, okay, is going to write the exact same sentence 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph, well, a few paragraphs down from each other, okay? Look, it says here as well, it's important to keep. It's important to keep. This kind of thing does not happen. If you are a real human writer, you will know that you already wrote this sentence, okay? So this is something you have to be extremely careful of as well. Also, at the end of this video, I am going to show you how to resolve all of these issues, okay? So don't worry. I just want you to be really, really careful. If you go through this, you will find that almost definitely there will be the same sentences over and over and over again. This is something ChatGPT does quite a lot, especially ChatGPT 3.5 and especially ChatGPT 3.5 without good prompting. This is something you have to be extremely careful of. Duplicate content inside the same article is a surefire way to not get indexed. So let's test that out. Let's go to this website right here, and first of all, we'll see if this page is indexed. But even if it is indexed, let's see if it's getting any traffic, because obviously there's a big difference between being indexed and getting traffic. So you can see it is actually indexed, and if I do page and do Control V, you'll see that it's had 22 impressions in a huge amount of time, okay, in 3 months. So although this website's fairly new, you can just tell that Google just does not think good about this particular website, okay? And the reason is the exact reason that I showed you just now. Let's go on pages again, and you can see it's got 11.9 thousand pages that aren't indexed, which seems quite high. Let's go on crawled but not currently indexed, and then we'll sort by URL. Okay, so we'll actually go on discovered, currently not indexed. There are 2 different things that you should look at in terms of indexing. There's currently discovered and crawled. In this case, all of these blog posts that my friend paid to have written, they will give a 0 return on investment because they are simply not well written. They are 3.5, ChatGPT 3.5 articles in a finance niche, but beyond that, they have repeated sentences, and I mean, this isn't even a list. Oh, it is a list, okay. But you see what I mean, guys, okay? This kind of stuff, it's just never gonna get indexed on Google. It's never gonna rank on Google. If you're doing this, it's not gonna work, okay? So continuing using this as an example, I wanna move on to the second point, which is not breaking up content with a wall of text, okay? As you can see in this example, and I'm going to show you another example of this, there is a huge wall of text with some lists, but the lists are not enough, okay? We need images, we need flowcharts, we need tables, all that good stuff. I recently released a video on my channel, so if you just go on my channel, youtube.com/c/income stream surfers, and then if you go on videos, these videos here, 1, 2, 3, use this plugin to dominate ChatGPT SEO, rank first with this ChatGPT SEO strategy, and this one here, new ChatGPT plugin, automates images. These 3 here will show you exactly what I'm talking about and how to overcome this. But basically, if you have a huge wall of text, okay, with no images and nothing interesting, this will do two things. Number one, people will not read the article for very long. And number two, Google will not rank this content just because it's not worth their time. They have billions, if not trillions, of articles to worry about every single day. So why would they rank this article specifically when it's just a wall of text, basically? Okay. So another really, really interesting example would be this one right here. I think that's the article. Let's have a look. Yes. So again, this is my friend's website. Same friend gave me permission to make this video. You can see not indexed 53, and we'll use crawled first to see. So look at all of these. These were all, okay, no, this is with the feed in the URL. So these are not useful for us. So we'll go back and we'll go to discovered, currently not indexed. Okay, we'll stick on crawled, currently not indexed. A lot of these are feeds, so they're irrelevant, but this one, for example, safety tips for bus drivers, essentials for safe driving. This is exactly the same concept that I just talked about before. Again, huge wall of text, ChatGPT 3.5 written. It's a really, really long article, so you might say to yourself, why isn't this ranking? Well, the reason is it's not indexed. The page, I believe, well, it says right there, crawled, currently not indexed. It's not indexed. It's been detected. Google does not consider this content to be good enough to put onto their already very, very full index, okay? Their index is huge. They have trillions of pages. You need to stand out in those trillions of pages. So actually, interestingly, this website has a lot of blog posts, okay? And they're all very, very similar, but it's just this one here specifically that's not indexed. If I go on another one, let's see if this one, for example, is indexed. And if it is, you'll be able to see that it's almost arbitrary, okay? But when something is arbitrary like this, or it's really, really hard for us to tell why one is indexed and why one is not indexed, you can basically see that this is inconsistent. This is the main point of the video I'm making, okay? Inconsistency is so bad for SEO. If you cannot guarantee that every article is going to rank, you can't pay people to write content for you. Or you can't use ChatGPT to create loads of content for you if you cannot guarantee that it's going to get indexed. That is why I want to make this video, or why I wanted to make this video today. I feel like it's really, really important to understand this, especially because obviously I've made videos telling people to make content like this, basically. However, I have recently learned the hard way that your content will not get indexed if Google thinks it's trash, okay? I basically thought I was more intelligent than Google, and I got punished for it. A lot of Two Men's posts were de-indexed. However, like I said, I am going to show you exactly how to get over that hurdle in this video. So yeah, basically bad content, templated content, content that has bad formatting like multiple H1s, or even like this H1 is slightly cut off by the featured image. That kind of stuff, it's not a ranking signal. It's a should we index this content or not index this content, okay? So that is probably the most important thing that I can tell you. However, let's talk about how we can make sure that everything gets indexed. So let's talk about my website that I recently made an entire course about. If you want to watch the course, it's right here. Instantly index a fresh domain with AI generated content. People are saying that these 113 pages will be de-indexed. I disagree, okay? So first of all, you want to make sure that you have Search Console, and if you're on WordPress, just get Rank Math and basically just submit to Search Console. It's very, very easy. It takes 2 minutes. And then you want to make sure that your sitemap has been properly submitted to Search Console as well. Again, Rank Math does all of that for you. Then you want to do things like organizing the content on your website properly. So if I go on Tiny Home Hub, you'll see that all of the content here is beautifully organized, okay? It's all in the headers. Or, for example, if I go on Tiny Home Legal, all of the legal pages for each state are here, okay? You can find any state you want. All of this stuff is, it's very small things that makes a huge difference. Another thing that makes a big difference is having your socials. Obviously, Google is more likely to trust a business that has social medias with photos, etc. So make sure you're posting to social media, even if it feels like a waste of time to get 10 impressions or whatever it might be. But let's talk about what if you do all of that stuff and you are still being de-indexed. How can you fix that problem? Okay, so the first thing I did was anything that was de-indexed, I made them hidden on Shopify. You can do that on WordPress, you can put them in the bin, whatever it might be. I left them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, okay? Then now I'm slowly getting them re-indexed. I'm going to show you the exact process in this video. So let's take the example that I didn't actually hide because I didn't see that it was de-indexed until today. So what is it, £5? Should be one of the, yeah, this one right here. So this one is not indexed. So what can we do about it? So I've actually got a really, really good prompt for this, which I'm going to give you, obviously. But what I like to do is I like to take all of the HTML. And first of all, you would want to delete the H1, but we won't do it like that. Then you want to go to, I'm going to be using the playground. You can probably use ChatGPT in the UI to do this, but I just prefer the playground because I have ChatGPT 4. So you want to put maximum length on 2048. Temperature, you just want to put down, like pretty low. And then you want to put all of the HTML right here, okay, in the system prompt. Then you want to go to the description of this YouTube video where you're going to find this Google document. I'll just leave the whole Google document, okay? And then somewhere in this Google document, there is this prompt. I will put it at the top of this Google document. In fact, I'll do that now. So prompt. Okay. So the prompt is basically a way to rewrite this entire content. So what it says is, I want you to rewrite this content with huge degree of creativity, burstiness, and perplexity. The main goal here is to improve the ranking of this post. Do not change any of my embedded content. Do not change any internal links. Do not change anything except the written content. Act like a professional writer with a huge wealth of experience in the topic, and just make the content more rankable for Google. There is another part of this prompt, but this is the first part. So you want to press submit and it will do exactly that. However, one thing you obviously want to do is you want to get rid of that H1 at the top. You can just make it H2. It's kind of annoying that ChatGPT does this, but it doesn't really understand, let's be honest. It's just kind of, you know, going with the flow. So yeah, I mean, it's trying its best, let's be honest. The important thing is it does not change the internal links, and also that it changes the text. So what we can do is we can press cancel here, and let's just take a random bit of a sentence, do Control F. Okay, so you can see this exact sentence does not exist in the system prompt, okay? So it has changed. You're sure to find the perfect pair to keep you looking. Yeah, it's changing the words, okay? It's changing the words, not massively, but it is changing the words, which will help you get re-indexed on Google. So once this is done, what I like to do is I then like to say, can you now write an FAQ section? Start with an H2 FAQ header, ask and answer 5 FAQ questions, and then create FAQ schema with starting and ending with a script tag. Okay, I'm going to add this to the prompt for everyone so that we all have it. You can try and do this in one prompt, but I'll tell you right now, it doesn't work. Okay, it's better to rewrite the content first, and then do the FAQ basically. So when I press submit, it should do exactly that. So you can see H2ID, what makes Brunello Cucinelli dress pants a top choice? What makes work pants? What types of work pants does Boss offer? Are Kiton jeans suitable for work? What makes KNT work pants unique? Or KNT, sorry, I'm just used to saying KNT. Are Marco Pescarolo trousers durable? And then it creates the FAQ schema, okay? Then all you have to do is copy and paste this HTML back into Shopify or whatever you're using, and that's it, okay? This has been working incredibly well. I'm now going to show you proof because I always show proof. So this one here, I've got no idea if this is indexed. I literally, you can see, last edited 10:27 a.m. this morning. So yeah, we'll see. This is a bit of a risk doing this live in front of everybody, but we'll see if this is indexed. Please be indexed. If this is indexed, then this video is the best video I have ever made. It's indexed. Okay, this is legit, guys. I did this morning. This article was not indexed this morning. You can see I added a table at the top as well, which was a new thing that I did. I'm trying that out as well. I rewrote all of the content exactly like I just showed you, and it has the FAQ section. Google took this like it was a long-lost friend, okay? It took it back instantly. It literally, like, just in a few hours. Let's try a couple more just because I'm interested to see if this is working overall or if it's just a fluke with that one article. So you can see last edited 9:30 a.m. Exactly the same thing. I haven't touched this article since 9:30 a.m. I also didn't even resubmit them to Search Console, okay? Let's see, is it indexed? Yeah, it is. The reason you can see that it's indexed is because it took a little bit longer. If something is not indexed, it's normally instant and it just says gray immediately, not indexed. So this one here still has pretty bad formatting, so I would be surprised if this was re-indexed. I think I have to edit this a little bit more. If this is indexed, then this is a foolproof strategy. It's indexed. Amazing. I swear to God, I swear on my life that I did not submit these to Search Console, okay? I promise you guys. The other thing I did, just before we go, is I changed the URL. This is specific to Shopify, so be very, very careful with other CMSs like WordPress, for example, because you may have 404s if you don't do this properly. However, if you change a URL even by one letter on Shopify, you can see it says, create a URL redirect for blah, blah, blah. So what I did was I changed the URL, and when I did that, I'm not 100% sure about this because obviously Google is massive. It's incredibly intelligent. They have the best technology in the world, blah, 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 blah. But for me, it seems like, or it feels like Google thinks this is a new article, okay? Probably a lot of people are going to be writing that that's complete crap, and obviously Google knows that this was an article that they de-indexed. But for me, it seems like, it feels like a new article, okay? So just change the URL, don't even resubmit it to Search Console, okay? I didn't personally, but you can. And then, as you can see, all of these blog posts, which were all de-indexed and were giving me a 0 return on my time investment, because obviously I don't invest money into this, I'm just an employee. You can see it's paying off dividends, and we will keep a very close eye on how this content ranks in the future. I will be updating you guys, don't worry. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support recently, and I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.